students, you are welcome to Prepclass Tutors. Joining you is Mr. Chima, and I'll be your Prepclass tutor on chemistry. So today we are going to be looking at chemistry past questions, JAMB to be precise, on chemistry for the year 2020. So students, first and foremost, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and when you do that, like our YouTube channel, like our videos. You will see a comment section box below. Please feel free to drop your comment on what you think about our videos. Prepclass will be very much interested in viewing your comments. So today we are going to be looking at past questions. We are going to be destroying some calculations if there are in JAMB precisely. In our previous videos, we looked at questions number 1 to 10. So today, quickly, we are going to be looking at questions number 11 to 15. So quickly, let's roll. Question number 11. In the electroplating of a metal N with silver, in the process, the N is the anode and the direct current to use. Is it the cathode and the direct current is okay? There is a typo here. I think it should be, will the metal N the anode and the direct current is used? This is not to is used. Cathode and the direct current is used. Anode and an alternating current is used. Cathode and alternating current is used. First of all, when you hear the word electroplating, what is electroplating? Electroplating is the coating of a metal with another metal using an electrolytic process, as shown in the above diagram. You can see that this is a simple electrolytic process. And in an electrolytic process, we make use of a direct current. A direct current is the current coming from a battery. Are you following? So these two options, A and B, will not go at all because C and D rather. These two options, C and D, will not go because they said alternating current. But in electroplating, it's a direct current that is used, current coming from a battery. So we'll forget about options C and D. Since it's talking about alternating, we'll concentrate on A and B and select which one will be the best answer. Now, I say, look at here, this is electrolytic process. In electrolytic process, we have a battery. We have two rods or plates known as the electrodes. The positively charged one is called the anode. The negatively charged one is called the cathode, and both are immersed in a solution called the electrolyte. Are you following? Now, this anode usually dissolves into the solution, and the ions will migrate to the cathode. So, in a nutshell, during the electrolytic process, this anode is the positive electrode, and because of that, anions, negative ions in the solution, will migrate to the anode. This cathode is the negative electrode, and because of that, positive ions, cation, will migrate to the cathode. So if you want to perform electroplating, coating another metal with another metal using electrolytic process, the metal that is the coating metal, the one that you want to use to coat the other metal. For example, I want to coat an iron spoon with silver. The coating metal, silver, will be on the anode. The metal to be coated, spoon, will be on the cathode. So that this anode will enter into the solution and be deposited at the cathode. Ions will leave the anode, enter into the solution, and deposit as atoms coating the cathode. So I said that the metal to be coated will serve as the cathode, while the coating metal will serve as the anode. That is how they do it in an electrolytic process. So because of that, your correct option is B. Cathode and a direct current is used. So the metal to be coated, which is the metal M, to be coated with silver, will act as the cathode, and a direct current to be used as current from a battery. Question number 12. The only process that leads to an increase in entropy from the following is, the only process that leads to an increase in entropy from the following is A. Boiling a sample of water. B. Mixing a sample of NaCl and sand. C. Condensation of water vapor. D. Cooling a saturated solution. Now, before we can answer this question, we need to know what an entropy is. And I said here that entropy is defined as a measure of the degree of disorder or randomness of a substance. Entropy is defined as a measure of the degree of what? Disorder or randomness of a substance. So I said here that in each of the following process above, it is only in boiling water that there is an increased degree of disorder of the substance. Why? This is because as the water absorbs heat, the molecules vibrates and move faster. That's the molecules of the water. They vibrate and move faster. And randomly as they enter into the what? Gaseous states, which is steam. Therefore, there's an increase in entropy. Once you heat water now, the water molecules, each of the water molecules will have absorb heat energy. And as they absorb heat energy, they will start moving, trying to break away from the what? Cohesive forces that is restricting them to some extent. You know, in the solid state, the cohesive force completely restricts them. In the liquid phase, the cohesive force restricts them to some extent. They are able to translate, but they don't move anyhow. Now, when they absorb heat energy, there is an increase in kinetic energy of the substance. When these water molecules absorb heat energy, there is an increase in kinetic energy. And because of that, the molecules start moving fast, which is what? Disorder. There will be a disorder or randomness in their movement. As they try to move, they'll be moving faster, trying to break away from the cohesive forces and translate into the gaseous state where there is no cohesive forces that restrict them. And when they enter the gaseous state, what happens? They start moving up and down, up and down. And that is now an increase in disorder or randomness of the substance. So does not happen between NaCl and sand. If you mix it, the molecule stays there. They are both in solid state. So does not happen in condensation of water vapor. Condensation of water vapor, the water vapor is moving from the gaseous state to the liquid state. There will be what? A decrease in what? Entropy, because there will be a decrease in kinetic energy. Cooling a saturated solution, of course, saturated solution is already in the what? A liquid phase. So cooling it further will cause a what? Decrease in kinetic energy. So it's only in boiling water there is an increase in kinetic energy, translating into what? An increase in disorder or an increase in entropy of this system. So that is why your best answer is A, boiling a sample of water. Question number 13. 2CO gas plus O2 gas to give you 2CO2 gas. In the above reaction, the standard heat of formation of CO, that's carbon monoxide, and CO2, carbon dioxide, are minus 29 kilojoule per mole and minus 396 kilojoule per mole respectively. The heat change of the reaction is, they're asking us to calculate the heat change. Now, what is heat change or heat of reaction? I said that the heat change of reaction delta H is equal to the sum of all the standard heats of formation of the products minus the sum of all the standard heat of formation of the reactants. So we are going to add up the sum of the standard heat of the reactants. Then if we have more than two products, we add up the standard heat of the product. Then subtract all the standard heat of the reactants from the product. You get the heat change. Very simple. So you can see that from the equation of the reaction that 2 moles of CO, 2 moles of carbon monoxide reacted with 1 mole of O2, reacted with 1 mole of oxygen to give 2 moles of CO2, to give 2 moles of CO2. So this mole ratios 2:1:2 to be very helpful. To be very helpful. So I said here that delta H, remember I am subtracting the standard heat of the what? Reactants from the what? Product. So delta H now becomes what? Open bracket 2 times the heat of formation of CO2. We are using that moles 2 to multiply 2 CO2. So 2 times the heat of formation of CO2 minus 2 times the heat of formation of carbon monoxide because of these two. Plus 1 because it's only one atom of oxygen molecule that is here, 1 times the heat of formation of O2. So delta H now becomes 2 times that of CO2. They say this and this are this and this respectively. That means this one is for CO and this minus 396 is for CO2. So that becomes 2 times 396 that of CO2 minus 2 times minus 297 that of CO plus oxygen. They didn't give us any heat of formation of oxygen, so it will be 0. Do you understand? It will be 0. So that becomes 1 times 0. So that H now becomes 2 times minus 396 will give you minus 729. Then 2 times minus 297 will give us minus 594 and plus 0. So that gives us minus 729 plus times minus, minus 729 then minus 594 then plus, 0 is off. So that becomes minus 729 minus times minus will give me plus 594. So minus 729 plus 594 minus 198. See how we calculated it? It's very simple. Minus 198. So your best choice is option C, minus 198. Question number 14. The rate law obtained for a given reaction is expressed as F equals K x raised to power n y raised to power m. The overall order of the reaction becomes, this question is not difficult. Now, you must know that I said that the exponents of all powers, these exponents n and m, are known as reaction orders. So whenever you see that this kind of thing, F or K or anything, R equals K to bracket, maybe A raised to power n, y, B raised to power m. These powers here, usually call them reaction orders. Are you following? So the powers n and m are known as reaction orders. So reaction order or order of reaction describe how the concentration, they describe how the concentration of a reaction affects the rate of reaction. That's what they do. They describe how the concentration of a reaction affects the rate of reaction. So if n is 0, m is 0, that means that concentration will not affect the rate of reaction. But if n is 1, n is 2, then concentration will affect the rate of reaction. So now, did I say that the overall order of reaction, of course, it will be n plus m. Since n and m are order of reaction, that means the overall order of reaction simply means summing them. So it's n plus m. So that's n plus m. And your best answer is D. D is your best answer. D is your best answer. Question number 15. And I guess the last for today. The gas liberated from the oxidation of concentrated hydrochloric acid with manganese 4 oxide is used in the gas liberated from the oxidation of concentrated hydrochloric acid with manganese 4 oxide is used in the gas liberated from the oxidation of concentrated hydrochloric acid with manganese 4 oxide is used in A. Sterilization of water, B. Treatment of simple goiter, C. Vulcanization of rubber, D. Manufacture of toothpaste. Now, you have to write an equation, or what do you think will happen when conc HCl reacts with manganese 4 oxide? Look at the equation of reaction here. So manganese 4 oxide, you oxidize concentrated HCl to chlorine. That's what it will do. So you can see here MnO2, manganese 4 oxide plus HCl aqueous to give you MnCl2 plus 2H2O plus Cl2. So when you react, when you mix manganese 4 oxide and concentrated HCl, then you heat it, chlorine will be involved. So in this reaction, the gas involved here is chlorine. And we know that chlorine is used in the chlorination of water. You must have heard of chlorination of water, whereby they use chlorine in swimming pool to treat water. Even in the sterilization of drinking water, chlorine is also used to kill what? Germs. So from the equation of reaction, we see that the gas produced is chlorine, which is used in the sterilization of water. So the gas is used in the sterilization of water. So the correct answer is sterilization of what? Water. Sterilization of water. So I believe, students, you enjoyed today's session on chemistry, where we solve past questions on JAMB 2020 questions from the year from number 11 to 15. So if you see below here, there is a link here. This link, you use this link to join us on our WhatsApp group. When you join us on our WhatsApp group via this link, you will be having updates, infos on the latest videos which we have on YouTube. Videos that you find interested in, maybe chemistry, biology, and many other subjects which you like to learn. So these are videos that will really engage you, expose you to JAMB, show you how we solve the questions, and enable you to understand everything very easily. So please use this link to join us on our WhatsApp group. And when you do so, you'll continue to get more entertaining videos and educative videos like this. So till we meet again, I still remain Mr. Chima, your Prepclass tutor on chemistry. Bye and stay safe.